Guys, look this evening at the beautiful, Reggie just was showing you a little quick fire hydrangea as it starts out white and turns to pink. It's the white that's showing up. You can see the white echinacea down in the island bed. And what else is showing up is the blue-gray of the lamb's ear in the far corner on your left, and then in the center, the perennial border. And way up here too, you can see the gray of our Caryopteris. It really pops this time of night. But before we go down there, let me just show you what is popping up everywhere. And that is what I love. The Verbena bonariensis is popping up. I let it just pop up anywhere at once. So it got into this bed with the geraniums, which look lovely in this light too. They're pretty pink, but they really look so nice in the evening. It's a cooling look. I love it. Another little verbena there, over there. I like how it just shows up the way it does. But the main thing is when you have this garden and you have that black fence, this time of summer, when it's hot, everything just looks cool with the grays and the whites, and I am just enjoying that. And then not only is the white tall garden phlox looking beautiful, but the pink garden phlox in front of it is too. And you can't beat the coneflowers. They are just spectacular, particularly in this time in the evening. It's like their own little lights showing up in the garden. I like how they just show up. As we go in here, I'll show you how tall these garden phlox can get. And the scent this time of night is lovely. Everything's just, we've had a few cool days and it's refreshed. Everything, I'm surprised how well my Lythrum is holding on this summer. But the pinks and the whites, the garden phlox, absolutely stunning. Particularly, I didn't plan all of this. It just does its own thing, which I like. I like the wild look. You can't beat the cosmos. Will I do that again? Yes, I will. Giant zinnias. Finally, I didn't think we'd see these. I started these from little seedlings, but we're starting to see them pop up, and it's early yet. I mean, they'll bloom clear into November. I'm thrilled with. I've talked about this before, but I love how the Morning Glory vine takes over. It just looks so nice. Little Lime's doing great. I was so glad to see that I did that. Even though we planted it in the heat, every other day I give it some water, and it's thriving. I've gone ahead. I have had a box of marigolds on the deck, and I was thinking I wanted a little color put into the garden, so I went ahead and tore that box apart, and I've put little marigolds throughout the garden, which just adds a nice little fresh look to it. The other thing I've done, again, the garden phlox back there. I'm really, talking about the whites in the garden and the grays, because how they give it this cool look. But I also added, there was that little empty spot in the back beneath the white garden phlox, and you can see sedum starting right here. I brought down some coleus that was in a pot, and I think I like it there. The one thing, if I don't, I can always take it back up. But I just was trying to fill in a few little holes and think about what I want. I'm thinking next year I will take, I have incredible back there hydrangea that you can't see, that I might just bring out and put in that area. There's some iris there, but I think I'll separate them out just to give that bold look, because I'm really liking the way that shows up so nicely. But everything else, this is just looking great in the garden. And even though these were chopped down by either deer or, I don't know, some kind of animal, that even the deer fence, liquid fence, wouldn't prevent them from chewing on them. I like how they've really stayed compact, and there's a lot of flowers there. So, and that's what's happening this week in the garden, is the whites are out. It's making everything bright. We've had, I think we're in a little cooler temperature now, and it makes the shade garden just show up so much nicer. These Brunnera, they are gorgeous this time of night with their gray white color. I just think it adds so much texture in this area. And you can see everything's just looking like summer. And that's how I feel today. I actually got out on the boat, so it's been a good day out of the garden and in the garden. So that's what's happening this week. I thought I'd show you that white is beautiful, and it just makes everything feel cooler. So that's it this evening on Gardening on the West Fork, Zone 6B, Weston. We'll see you the next time, folks. Before I leave, I want to show you this loofah plant. Look at this. This is just one plant. It's an amazing plant. It really is dynamic. It looks beautiful. I am just amazed. I keep using that word because I am, when you look at these tendrils that are hooking onto the wire and to this piece of metal art, look how they stretch. They feel elastic. I know nothing about this plant. I'm growing it for the first time, but I'm impressed with it as a plant.
I want to point out here and here
How it's attached itself.
how it's wrapped itself 3 times around that piece of metal. And up here, let me see if I can get that one. There it is.
It's I hope I see a gourd, because it is a gourd, before the summer's over. So far, it doesn't look to be eaten by anything.
I saw some ants on it, but other than that,
did you? Sharon said that she had ants on hers, but I just can't get over the plant itself. It's so decorative. Look how this has made like a little corkscrew.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, look at that. So, I'm okay. We'll see if we get a gourd, we do. If we get a gourd, we don't. But the vine for itself is just worth it for this whole backdrop against the beautiful cypress tree here. Anyhow, I wanted you to see that. And I'd forgotten that was part of my list this evening on what was happening this week. And that's what's happening. So now we're done. Enjoy your day, guys. We'll see ya.